So, welcome everybody to a webinar for the Open project. I will share my screen. Today we have a distinguished guest, Ms. Burku Turkmen. I will speak a little bit about the project first, and then I will introduce Dr. Burkun. So this project is, or this webinar is part of the project Open. The Open project, I'm sharing my screen. It's a project funded by the Erasmus Plus program of the EU. It is a project that, in essential, it aims to provide teachers with tools to learn or to teach English using journalism, and for students to use journalism as a tool to learn English. So, part of the project, we have created journalism clubs in several schools, the participating schools of the project, and through them we have created different journalists or journals and academic, some papers and reviews and so on. And there are different project results, such as a curriculum for teachers, and this includes an e-learning platform that is completely free and accessible for anybody, especially dedicated for teachers. You're welcome to navigate in our website. It's projectopen.eu, and the website has different translations. Of course, the aim of the project is English learning, so the course is only in English, and it is 6 different modules. And at the end of the course, participants can earn a certificate. So back to the screen. So, Miss Burluk Turkmen, sorry if I mispronounced your name. We're very happy to have her here today presenting for us. She holds a bachelor in English language and literature and a master's in translation studies and a PhD in translation studies from Sakarya University. She's an impressive guest, and we're very happy to have her. So I give her the floor.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Marco and Ahmed. I am happy to see you here again, and I'm also happy to your invitation. And today I will talk about innovations in translation and enhancing English learning through news and technology via translation, because my specialization field is translation studies, and I have relations and connections between translation and language learning and English learning also. So during this process, we will use some translation applications and websites, and also some news websites and mobile applications. So I will introduce you these programs, and then we'll talk about some benefits of them using in teaching process of teachers. So at first I will share my screen, if it's okay. I think you can see it.
Yes, we can see.
Okay. So let's begin. And innovations in translation, enhancing English learning through news and technology. So while we are translating something, we need some programs. Sorry for this. I couldn't see you. Yeah. We use some programs, and also we use dictionaries and some assistive elements and products also. So during this process, we translate something to learn English also, and we translate something to have communication and connection with other cultures and people. So in this process, we need dictionaries. It means we need vocabulary, and interpretation competency to understand, hear, understand, read, understand, and then interpret on something, and to translate, and have communication skills and competence on both languages. So, I mean, as I'm working and living in Turkey, so I need to know Turkish very well and English very well to have communication skills and knowledge about the text and the subjects also. So I will mention you these competences. We need language competence in both languages that you have. For example, you are German, you are from Germany, and then you need to know German first very well, and then English well. So culture in the same way, cultural competence, expertise field competence, and some theoretical backgrounds about our learning strategies, about translation strategies and techniques, and text production competence. We need to have text production competence because while you are creating a text in English, or your students creating in English, so they need to know how to write an introduction and development and the results in a text or document, and then how to write an abstract and give the tips and details. So our students and we also need to have these text production competences. And research competence, I mentioned that because research, while we are searching something, we don't know how to search a title or how to search a text from the internet. So at first, we write on Google or Yandex or Bing and then try to find something about the title or our question. But we need to have more detailed and more professional titles and search areas, just like Google Scholar or Academia, ResearchGate, or something else. And then we'll continue about technology competence to know how to translate or to know how to learn a language. So generally, I mean that these are all related about translation process, but also these titles are also related about learning a language. So today, we need to know technology and technological products that we use to learn a language or to develop our language, the second language, and then digital media. Digital media also covers social media and web technologies, Web 1.0 to 1.6. We need to know all developments about technology and the applications and websites and programs. And sometimes we need to learn some plays also to control our students in our classrooms. I like to work and study on such lines, on such topics, because as you know, and as I know, in my classrooms, my students generally play with their mobile phones, and if they play with the phones or tablets, then they need to play as my rules, according to my rules. So we may choose some applications in our courses, or we may choose some websites to learn, develop our languages and our students' languages also. So I mentioned text production competency and this. Translation-focused technology acquisition or competence. The process, the translation process, during that process, we need two titles, translation software and the translation assistive software. So In translation software, we have translation management systems, machine translation, and translation memories, term banks, or in other way, terminology management systems, and localization software. And the other one, translation assistive software, word processors, online document management systems, document converters, transcription programs, and digital dictionaries, corporas, and post editors. So I give this title and this table to you because during the translation process, we need them. But also, while we are in the process of learning a language, these elements, these softwares may help us. So I will give you some examples about these titles. Yes, at first, translation management systems. Today we use these systems, but to some we need to pay something, or they have also free versions. So if you have any project to translate something, and then you may control your text documents on these systems, PhraseApp, Localize, Transfex. The old name was MemSource, but today it is known as Phrase because it changed the company name. And SmartLink, MemoQ, and System Translate. And machine translation, actually, wherever I go, I ask which program do you use, and then they say Google Translate at first and Yandex. But I think geography is important for this. In Russia, generally, they use Yandex, and the other countries there, they use Yandex Translate. But in Turkey, generally, we use Google Translate and DeepL, Bing Translator, and Microsoft Translator. So these are all accepted machine translation. Yes, we use these programs to translate our documents. But at the same time, these programs may be used for learning language. During your process, you may try to translate a text and then learn something from it. As I talk with my students, they say also the same thing. While they are watching something or listening something, they use machine translations also. And CAT tools, these tools are similar to machine translation, but a bit different, because in these programs, you may control all your translation. So you put the input in this text, in these tools, and then these tools translate your document segment by segment, sentence by sentence, and then you choose and decide on if it's okay, and then you accept, then you continue to translate. So we have also translation memories. They may work with the management systems and CAT tools also. And term banks and term management systems. You may create your own terminology banks. For example, while you are learning a language, we write on a page or on a notebook, we write some words and the meanings in front of it, next to it. So in these programs, you may create your own dictionaries for your language process, language learning process. And localization software, we know, these programs also about translation, but when we say localization, it means translations of the websites, translation of the products, technological products and websites at the same time, or translations of the guides, user guides of the tools or devices. And it sells all around the world at the same time. Just like think about that, you buy any mobile phone and you use this phone at the same time with other people all around the world, because you have the same user guides And these are all products of localization software. And then, yes, the word processors. While we are talking about the translation assistive technology, then we mean word processors, Office, Microsoft Office Operator, Open Live Writer, OnlyOffice, and Google Documents. You may use them to create your own text. And online document management systems, Google Drive, Dropbox, iCloud, and SkyDrive. While you are creating your files about translations or about language learning process, then you may save your documents in these systems also. And transcription programs we have. It means while you are creating a text, audio-visual text, and a film for a film or TV serial, then you need to have transcriptions also, the written forms of the dialogues. So you may use these programs, Vox Sigma, Listen and Write, Euroscribe, and Capwing. Capwing is my favorite, I think, because Capwing also has a mobile application. You may use Capwing on websites, on your computers, and also you may use it in your mobile phones as an application. And digital dictionaries, we generally use Turing in Turkey for Turkish and English. But I think it has also English, German, German to Spanish, and just like that. Different language you may choose. Merriam-Webster, Oxford, Cambridge, Collins, and so on. You may choose one of them. And corporas, it generally means the parallel text. If you want to learn something about a text, for example, you want to learn something about European Union projects and European Union directives, you will translate it and you will learn some English sentences and some special words from it. So you may find the parallel text in that system. And for example, in dentistry also, yes, in engineering, you may also find some parallel text. So the parallel text means corporas and corpuses. So they may help us. They may help us to learn the language very well, because the scientifically approved documents you will see in that systems. And then you will choose the right and correct text and the sentences, the similar sentences, while you are learning the language or while you are translating the text. And converters that we use generally today, Word to Excel, Excel to Word, PDF to Word, and etc. And then talk-free, text to voice, voice to text converters also we need. While I am talking with my students, they say we use talk-free or voice-to-text applications or programs on our computers or mobile phones, because they want to see what they hear and they want to see on their screen also. So they use converters, and in written form, while you are watching a TV film or documentary or something else, then if it is in English, and then you open the subtitle in English, and then you see the words and the sentences that you hear also. So this may help developing English. If you're watching something with your own native language subtitle, it will not be correct, I think, because while I am watching in English film with Turkish subtitles, I cannot catch the film, I cannot catch the scenes. So while you are watching an English film, and your students maybe watching the film in English and then see the English subtitles, it's just like taking notes, the words and sentences, and they may help to learn and develop their pronunciation also, and how to write the words they hear. And the post editors we have, I'm rapidly saying something because I have short time, I think. So I don't want to take long time.
It's okay. We take your time.
Okay, it's okay. Thank you. And post editors we use. These programs are helping for the authors and the editors and students and teachers and translators and everyone else who create the text in target text, especially in English. Because Grammarly, I think many of us heard about that. Grammarly, language tool, Duden, ProWriting Aid, and Reverse Token Text, these programs may help you to controlling, checking the correction of your target language. So you create any language any text in English, and then you want to make a control. You want to have check on its English as a native speaker or as a proofreader. So you may use Grammarly, language tool, ProWriting Aid, and reverse context. Duden is generally for German, and these programs are named as post editors because they edit the text after the creation or after the translation. So you may choose one of them if you want. I will share some screen shares and photos with you. For example, Grammarly, you may upload new documents here, and then it will find you the corrections, the wrong sentences, or some capitals, or wrong usage that you have, and then say this right one with the grammatical applications, with the grammatical explanations. And you may choose formal language, style, emotion, or just like telling a story, your description, something, and you choose your intent, audience, style, and emotion also in that. And in Prime, the Prime version, you may see plagiarism also. And the digital media competency, we mean, I only share the Grammarly screen shares because language tool, ProWriting Aid, and they are all similar. So instant interaction technologies we need to know in order to develop our English and in order to develop our translation process also. Social media tools, website programs, mobile applications, and computer games also. Our students are also playing computer games, and they say we learn language with via computer games. And Duolingo, Busuu, and WordScreen. I share these because Duolingo and Busuu are the similar programs and mobile applications that we may use for learning any different language. Yes, in English also, learning English process, we may use Duolingo and Busuu. And WordScreen is a bit different program. Maybe you have seen it before or not, I don't know. But WordScreen have the scenes of the cinema films or TV serials or documentaries, and it's introduce you, and then you it gives examples and some questions to you about the screen, and you may fill in the blanks while you are watching. And it is free program. You may use it to develop your English also. And you may introduce these programs to your students, and they may use them because it is enjoyable while they are in a bus or a train going anywhere. Then they may listen and fill in the blanks, watch and fill in the blanks maybe. This program also will help. And Netflix programs, I like these programs, but the language learning with Netflix is the favorite one, because you may choose one of them, and we have also more different applications and programs also use on your computer and mobile phones. With these programs, while you are watching something on Netflix and then open language learning with Netflix, this program asks you some questions, and then you answer about the film that you watch, or it gives some examples, it gives some fill in the blank questions, and these are also helpful about developing language, and especially for English. And we have also artificial intelligence programs now today, since 2022, I think 2 years, we are talking about artificial intelligence and their specialists. Yeah. Sorry, do you want to ask something? I cannot hear. Okay, I will continue. And then, yes, Doppler checker is one of the known artificial intelligence also, a page, artificial intelligence page. So you may find a plagiarism checker, change the case, translate English to English, intralingual and interlingual translations also possible in these programs. Text-to-speech, AI content detectors, online proofreaders, and punctuation checkers. Punctuation is also important while you are writing a text in English or in any other language. So learning a language, I think we have some processes: writing, reading, listening, and speaking. So such kind of AI tools, this is only one of the example, but such tools may help us to see our errors while we are writing something, or some of them also give the right meaning while we are talking about something on our voice records. And this may help you also. So these are the lists, a little bit list, a small list, because these are also about translation and AI. Only AI is that you can translate something, interpreting something, or translate something. So my English translator, Translexi, English Arabic Trans, US English, or British English, you may choose. These are only examples for you for translation process and learning something about the languages. You may ask some questions, the chatbots, and they give you answers, and you use the answers to learn your English and to develop your English. And the last part, learning English with news and web pages. I'll give you some examples, some websites to use English learning. News and Levels, World News for Students of English. In this page, this is a web page, and in this page, you may choose the news, just like that. The levels it has, and you choose the topic, And the text that you see here, Town in the Sea or Year Ago Guatemala Food Crisis, these are examples. You may see one news in 3 different levels. So while you are learning a language or teaching language in English especially, then you may choose these texts also because they are about news, they are about documentaries, and then these are the today's topics. So you may show your students or you may use in your classes also while you are using this news about according to the topics or according to the levels. You may choose them and learn 3,000 words with news in levels, they say, and designed to teach 3,000 words in English. And these are its characteristics and specialties, how to improve your English with news and levels. It has, this program has also tests, exams, and reading articles, daily articles about news and about documentaries, and listening practices, writing practices, and speaking practices also. So it has a Skype section, and then if you accept it and use it, then speaking activities may occur. And days and levels, the similar program, but you may use it also. This is news in levels, and the other one, days in levels. So this is similar. You may choose the levels, you may choose the topics, and also days and levels and news and levels. You have applications. This is the chance, I think, because in your mobile phones you may also use these sites, these websites, and mobile applications also. So you may choose the topics here, just like that. And the daily news, daily, everyday weeks, their topics and documentaries and news, and you may choose the topics. And it will be interesting for the students, I think. In my media translation classrooms, I use such live programs because generally our students don't read any gazettes or any journal. So if you ask anything about the political system or anything about the world today, they cannot answer. So if you use such programs, it will be enjoyable and it will be helpful for the students, I think. And the last one, the last example I will give you, breaking news in English. You may choose also these programs and the levels, you choose the levels, and it has podcasts also. In Breaking News English website, you will see some podcasts. You also can listen the news or read at the same time. And the themes, business English, environment, and etc. You may choose the themes and more activities: speed reading, grammar, dictation, discussion questions, spelling and prepositions usage. And you may choose and use such kind of programs if you want. They will be helpful for you for the process. So thank you so much for your listening and participation. This is my end of my presentation.
No, no, no. Thank you, Dr. Turkmen, for this very interesting presentation, very informative. I'm happy to see that I use a few of the tools that you mentioned there. But as you mentioned, it depends also on the language you want to use it for. There are different apps that might work better. But it's a very interesting presentation, and this was an innovative tools and technologies for English learning and translation. If there are any questions, maybe from
Yeah. Thank you for your message. I
Thanks.
now can see the message. Thank you.
Thank you very much. If there are no questions, then we conclude the presentation. Thank you once again, Dr. Turkman, for this really nice presentation and for your time taking with us
You're
and to be part of the open project.
you're welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.